Hello babes, welcome back to the channel. If you are new, welcome. So in today's video we will be talking about Miss Maya Wilkes, played by the beautiful Golden Brooks, how judgmental and how much she used to use her friends and take advantage of her boss, which was Joan, but also her friend at the same time. So let's get into it. Like many of you, Girlfriends was one of my favorite TV shows, although I had no business watching it when I was younger. When I was younger, Maya was one of my favorite characters. However, as an adult, I simply cannot stand this character. Not the actor, the character. I had to repeat that for some of you who simply can't differentiate the two and always act like it's a personal attack on them. No one is required to have the same opinion as you, and if you don't agree, that's fine, but keep it cute and respectful in the comments. Maya was one of the most judgmental characters on this show, with the most baggage and skeletons in her closet. She was envious of other women and was a pick-me who thrived off the compliments and attention of men. Upon meeting Maya, I think everyone falls in love with her because she puts Toni in her place, and rightfully so, because Toni was out of pocket in the first 2 seasons of Girlfriends. Maya lets Toni know that dating a friend's ex-boyfriend is wrong, and I agree completely.
Charles. Oh, hell no! She's not dating your man? Ex.
Maya, I do not appreciate you insulting me at the table.
You're dating Joan's ex?
Yeah, so?
And you all are friends? See, black women don't do that, Toni, like I'm wearing blue eyeshadow. Wrong. So, Joan, if she sexes your man, it's like she's having sex with you.
We're all consenting adults.
You nasty!
You guys know on this channel I often talk about women who are best friends swapping out men like Pokemon cards is disgusting, but it's also disrespectful and shows how little you value your friend, especially if you knew they were in love at one point. So Maya got Toni together and had Joan's back in this instance. However, Maya was rude, inconsiderate, unprofessional, and a hater. Sorry, not sorry. Maya constantly disrespected Joan in her house. Now, first off, Joan is good because you're not going to pop off at the mouth at me in my own home, but Maya, because of her own foolish mistake, which I'm sorry, but she should have left Darnell. He was a dustball who didn't support his wife and would always make disparaging comments anytime she wanted to elevate in life. He always made her feel bad for wanting to do things that she liked, and he just wasn't supportive in my opinion. But she let Darnell disrespect Joan because she was accepting gifts from a man who she was cheating on him with. Now, this scene always pissed me off because there are so many women who get hurt and put in dangerous positions because their trifling friend is too much of a coward to come forward to their husband or boyfriend about them cheating. He called Joan out of her name.
I told her I was buying you a watch, and the bitch went behind my back and bought you a better one. What's up with her? I mean, what is she thinking? She trying to split us up?
And he talked to Joan like he wanted to fight her.
Mistletoe, get it.
You want to kiss something? Kiss my ass.
What did I do? Why am I kissing your ass?
Thanks for buying my wife a better watch than I did.
Wait a minute.
No, you wait a minute. What are you trying to say? That I can't afford to buy my wife nice things? That I ain't about nothing?
Anything.
What?
No.
Just because your bougie, bitter ass can't get a man, you want to break us up. You want everybody to be as lonely and miserable as you are, or you ain't gonna get Maya.
And let me tell you something. Baby, the way I would have grabbed one of those office lamps. Okay? This man straight up embarrassed Joan because his wife put her in the middle of her drama. Then she had the nerve and big audacity, gall, and gumption to catch an attitude and run behind his crybaby ass after she put Joan in the middle of that.
You told him I bought you the watch?
Yes, that was before I knew y'all's backstory.
Well, why didn't you just give the watch back to Stan?
Why didn't you tell me Darnell was getting me a watch?
Don't you dare throw this back at me.
Maya!
Look, I gotta go.
After she put Joan in the middle of that, I'll tell you one thing. Maya would have gotten fired that day and we would no longer be friends. She was always acting as though she was better than her friends because she was married, yet she was unhappy and got pregnant as a teen. You were married, but yet you stepped out on your husband because he didn't support you, right? All you had was a ring to show and a last name and some faded memories.
Ooh, yeah.
And it was like she was projecting because they didn't have the responsibility she had. And there are so many women like this always boasting and bragging to their friends, rather their single friends. Which, if you're so happy with your marriage and have something to say about single women, why don't you hang out with your fellow married women then? But these women boast about their marriages and how happy they are, but secretly living in misery, and will stay in a lonely, broken, miserable marriage, all to say they have a husband. And Maya had this same mindset. After Darnell cursed Joan out, she had the audacity to keep her affair going with Stan. Joan needed to set boundaries with her. The fact that they came up with a plan to buy her and her husband gifts because of his fragile ego. This man would get in his feelings about everything, and he annoyed me to no ends. He didn't even know about her cheating. He just thought that her friend bought her an expensive gift, and he took that as a personal attack and threw a fit like a child. I mean, get it together. If you guys can't tell, I couldn't stand Darnell. Also, forgot to add that he was extremely controlling. He controlled almost every aspect of Maya's life. When that situation happened with Stan, well, not with Stan, when he thought that Joan bought the watch for Maya, he told her she had to cut her friends off and that she was no longer allowed to see her friends. People with severe control issues like that, it usually leads up to other things. Now, I'm not saying Darnell was that type of person. However, he was extremely controlling, and that is an issue. But back to the video. And the fact that he cheated on her first, having a woman feed him strawberries. But the show just skimmed over that, and him and Maya were good. Now, granted, Maya played herself because she should have told him once that loony bin came to where she lived, but he was no better. And I don't get how people just cheat on people rather than communicate or just leave. It's very cowardly. Instead of you being honest and an adult, you go and do something that you know would hurt a person you claim to love so deeply, lie, and then hold it back from them, not because you care, but because you want to keep it going. It's just something I don't believe in, but I don't really believe in forgiving people. Maybe it's because I hold a grudge. I can never look at that person the same after doing something like that. And the disloyalty, I am huge on loyalty. Once you break my trust, there is no coming back for you ever in life. But let's get back to the video. I've said that so many times. But I keep getting off track because some things in this show is so true to real life. But yeah. So after Darnell kicks Maya out, she moves in with Joan and takes complete advantage. And again, I blame Joan for not setting boundaries with these women because they always walked all over her. But Maya moves in with Joan and turns her house upside down, using her car because her car is out of commission, questioning her as to why she wanted her out of her house.
I don't need to know why.
Fine, I don't want you here.
Why? What the hell you got going on?
Reading her personal journal, then having the audacity to bring some stranger that she just met at work into Joan's home, hooking up illegal cable, and then breaking her statue because of their children running around. And when Joan confronts her about it, she cops an attitude like Joan should just lie down and accept her and accept the fact that she is outright taking advantage of her.
And I'm really sorry about your statue.
My statue? What statue? What happened to my statue? What? Oh.
You know, girl, the kids were running around, they were playing, and it broke by accident.
Girl, it's simple. The next earthquake, just call your insurance company and report it.
Now you want me to commit insurance fraud?
Look, my boy broke it, so I'll pay for it. I can give you $5 a month.
This thing cost over $1,000.
$6 a month?
Yeah, well, I don't want it or her in my house.
Oh, excuse me, I'm sorry. Now this is your house?
Yes! That is what you people don't seem to understand. This is my house.
Oh, okay, well, you know what? You don't have to worry about Tasha or Jabari or me and your house, because you know what? I'm moving out.
And then bringing people she doesn't know into her home is one of the most outrageous, selfish things to do. All Maya cared about was herself and her own selfish needs. Then, when she's put in her place, she always acts as though someone owes her something. You're a grown woman. You chose to make the decisions you made. Pick yourself up by the bootstraps and figure it out. No one owes you anything. Point blank. Period. People who have this sense of entitlement work my nerves because they believe people owe them something just for existing. She believed Joan owed her a place to stay. She believed Joan owed her letting random people into her space without contributing in any way. If you're not going to pay rent, at least contribute in some way. Cook dinner on some days. Clean up around the house. Show your appreciation. She was extremely unprofessional and brought all her personal problems to work. Now, I don't know any job or boss that would allow their employee to get away with the things Maya did when it came to her job. She would leave work to attend hair appointments, and rarely did she ever do her job. She brought Jabari to work with her because she couldn't find a babysitter. I'm sorry, that's not an employer issue. That's an employee issue. And most importantly, if something were to happen to that child, they would be held liable. She had sex in Joan's office. These aren't little things. These are things that are probable causes to fire someone. Okay, so I want to get into her judgmental attitude. Now, don't get me wrong. Everyone judges people, so I hate the whole don't judge me or you don't have the right to judge me, because it's human nature. It's what helps you make rational decisions, and it's what helps you to decipher right from wrong. And people who say this, majority of the time, they have horrible personalities or traits and want to get away with doing the things they do with absolutely no consequences. And I mean, we have a judicial system for a reason. But anyways, Maya's judgment was always with this superior attitude. She never gave advice out of love and care. It was always with this condescending tone and disdain, especially when it came to Joan. It was like she hated Joan because she low-key wanted her life. I just personally think this wasn't a healthy friend group. Like I say often, yes, friends get into disagreements and arguments, but there are some things that just should not be tolerated, whether a friendship or a relationship. There needs to be boundaries, and a lot of people struggle with this, especially people who don't know how to say no and struggle with people pleasing. It is something that needs to get put in order. Even if you need to go to therapy to figure out why you people please and just don't know how to put people in their place and set boundaries, because you always end up giving more than the person, and people will just continue to take and take and take from you until you're literally left with nothing. So people like Joan, who have this issue of people pleasing or always wanting people to like them and accept them, is an issue, and it's always something that's deep rooted. But there are so many people out there that are like Maya, who are extremely judgmental, who always look down on people, and they have their own things going on, but yet they're always looking down on people, and it irritates me so much. Not because, again, like I said, everyone judges people at some point. I mean, look, I'm making a video about a character, but yeah, I just think that people like Maya usually are always judging people, and they have their own thing going on. Maya did have some hilarious moments, but I just think that she was not a good friend, and I wouldn't want her as a friend. Also, popping into ad because I forgot to add this, Maya was one of those weird boy moms who was obsessed with her son and would call little girls out of their names or call them fast for him having a crush, or buying them items, little things for Valentine's Day, which is so weird to me. Like, women who are obsessed with their sons and treat them as though they're their husbands are weird.
Something special for Valentine's Day, right? Well, I took him to the jewelry store yesterday, and he was acting all secretive. And this morning, when he went to Sunday school, I snooped around in his room, and I found it. A heart pendant necklace. And you know what it said? To Melanie, love Jabari. Who's Melanie? That 6'8" hoochie he's giving his mom his necklace to? Oh.
With that being said, this video has come to an end. I know a lot of you love Maya, and that is perfectly fine. She just wasn't my cup of tea. Yeah, so this video has come to an end, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Don't forget to comment, like, share, and subscribe. Liking helps with the algorithm, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Toodles!